your charcuterie class, which was fucking hilarious because you were in it and I was watching it. And fucking drunk ladies abounded.
They're going to do that once a month now.
There was a cut finger immediately on the brie wheel.
Nice.
I learned. I learned from you guys. I made a charcuterie board.
I saw your little stars. Those are super cute.
I didn't realize how sticky brie was. And I was like gently trying to push the stars out.
Yeah.
And then I had no place to put the stars. They just got stacked on top. Anyway, the teacher was so chipper. She'd make a great elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
Very encouraging and funny because the two ladies I was sitting by that cut their fingers, which I think was a mom and a daughter, like just were free balling it. Like they were not doing anything she asked them to do.
Well, they also didn't sit in any of the designated seats that already had their shit sitting there.
Yeah.
Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like.
Welcome to Drunk Bitches Be Like. I'm Brandi.
I'm Mindy.
And this is all about two women, a few beers, some tipsy stories, and some drunk ideas.
Welcome. So we went on break for December.
We did.
And we're recording this first episode of the year. We probably could have recorded it in December, but we went on break in December. We needed a break.
Yeah, there was a good chunk of like the holidays because the last time we recorded was the end of November. So we took a good solid month and a little bit off because we had Thanksgiving and Christmas and holidays. And I will say personally, the holidays are always super stressful for me. That's usually the time of year I get cold sores and things, which this year I did not. So fantastic.
Nice.
But
Fucking
also,
herpes.
yeah, I always get either like super sick or whatever else. Like, I mean, hell, last year I couldn't even participate in Thanksgiving because I had COVID. So
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't find the holidays too stressful. So for Thanksgiving, the first year after my dad passed, he passed in June of 2017. So the first year I was like, I'm doing fucking Thanksgiving, Mom. I'm gonna do it. My husband oillessly fried a turkey. It turned out fantastic.
Nice.
I made all the shit. Turns out Thanksgiving is nothing but carbs.
yeah, a lot of carbs.
Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, corn,
Yeah.
cornbread casserole, cornbread rolls. I think that's green beans. I think green beans are the only thing, but I fried
even
them
green
in bacon
beans,
grease.
I feel like most people do like green bean casserole too, which is
No, I
also
did
like
not do green bean casserole.
See, everywhere I go, it's green bean casserole. So not only is there green beans, but there's green beans in a creamy sauce that has like crunchies on top, and so that's just more carbs.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive, but I'm a person who happens to be white, not a white person, so I don't do green bean casserole. But I did the whole thing. Like I bought a double. What do they call it? A Dutch. Oh, I bought a Dutch. That giant fucking
The pot?
heavy iron pot that's
It's a
ceramic.
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven. I bought a Dutch oven to do goddamn sweet potatoes in.
Wow.
I made them yams, or no, I did sweet potatoes that I made sweet. I cut them up. I
Wow.
put them in there, and I made my own cranberry sauce.
Wow, that's impressive.
Like orange juice. And,
I've had that before, and it's so yummy.
Yeah.
Although I do love the jelly out of the the can.
No, you just chop it up in
And then
circles.
you slice it. I love that.
No. So I made all this shit. And then every year we've been like, okay, let's split it. And then we had like a keto thing and it was good. And then, and at some point during that time frame, like the family broke up and there was some shit that went down. And so just things became a little more weird. This year, I ordered dinner from Bob Evans.
See, I feel like that's okay. So last year when I was, down with COVID and I couldn't participate in any of the Thanksgiving festivities, I had like 4 different people order me Bob Evans Thanksgiving meals.
Aw.
Which was super lovely. Also, I hate turkey. Thanksgiving is literally the only time of year I eat turkey. And it's because, it's part of the holiday, whatever. So, but they all ordered me like things. I had Thanksgiving dinners for like 2 weeks because I was down, and like Thanksgiving was like on the Thanksgiving Day, I think was like the 14th day of my quarantine, like whatever else. Now, granted, I still had symptoms and like COVID knocked me out for a while. But like, I had Thanksgiving dinners for a good 2 weeks where I could eat other things, and I did not because I had leftovers in the fridge. So this year for Thanksgiving, my sister, I feel like, no, was it my sister who did Thanksgiving? No, we did it at my dad's. I ended up passing out because I got up early and I went to the bar, and and then I went to my family's house and we had Thanksgiving dinner, had turkey and everything else. And then I literally passed out on the couch for like 3 hours.
Nice.
Slept. I was like, all right. So I didn't have to have too much turkey, but for Christmas, my sister got everything from honey baked ham.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so like everything came in little whatevers, and so everything just got heated up in the oven and everything, and it was
did
nice.
they have a schedule? Because Bob and Tom, Bob Evans came with like a schedule, like put your turkey in now, put your ham in here.
Oh no,
put the potatoes in now.
I didn't have a schedule. That was like, it was just like it came with everything.
Normally it's Brandi with the sinuses. Now I'm dying.
It's true. But yeah, so she did like the box lunch kind of thing for Christmas, got it delivered, and which was nice. But also, my dad was like debating doing a prime rib roast, and I was like, why wouldn't you let him do that?
Oh, my husband did a prime roast. Prime rib roast.
So good.
It was like $7.99 a pound at Kroger.
Oh, really? That's good price.
And I bought, or maybe Meijer. It doesn't matter. I bought it Meijer. I bought us like a 6-pound one, something like that.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, those things are amazing. And my dad makes it so good. And like he was gonna buy one for Christmas, and my sister was like, no, I've got honey baked ham coming. And I was like, ham? Prime rib roast? Like, who goes for ham?
I like red meat.
Like, I love ham. Like, thank God at least it wasn't turkey, but like, you know, ham's good, but like prime rib roast would have been great. Like that would have, okay. But yeah, no, we had ham and it was delicious. But,
so how were the nieces, the nieces, nephews?
Nephews.
Sorry, I should know that. I'm like, how are the children?
There's kids. They're not mine, so you know that's understandable. No, they were good. For Christmas, they were hilarious. The youngest one got this little train that you sit on, and it goes around in a circle. And so the circle was like, I don't know, 4 foot. Like, you know, round diameter. And it was just like, but the oldest one really liked the train. So he was sitting down there doing the whole thing. I don't know. It was pretty funny. Because so, you know, buying them gifts is always a weird thing because my sister's a very minimalist, doesn't like a lot of stuff in her house. So like buying toys is always hard for them because
do they like give away shit before they get shit?
I want to buy them things, but you know, my sister's always like, no, we don't want more stuff. They have plenty of toys, whatever. So like for the youngest one who's like he's one. How you're supposed to do this in months. How is it? 12? He's 14 months old. All right. So she's like, you know, we need more pacifiers because we constantly lose them. And she needed more of the little plates that are like the sectional ones. And she was like, you can find ones that stick to the. So I found these like silicone.
Oh, the suction-y thing?
Yeah. And they suction to the like thing. And they came with a spoon and a fork. And I was like, all right. So I got him a set of plates.
Spoon and a fork are fucking useless.
I tell you what though, this kid, like, and I got the other one, the 4-year-old, I got him this construction outfit with a hard hat and goggles and everything else I thought he'd love because he likes dressing up. The 1-year-old loved the plates. Like he was pulling that shit out of the bag and he was playing with the plates. He had the spoon in his mouth like most of Christmas Day. Like he's just playing with plates and like the spoon the entire day. And I was like, you know, I really underestimated like the value of a fucking plate with some suction cups on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, they're fun to be around and everything, but
I miss the kids being little because, well, so I don't. At this point, I get to see one niece, one nephew because they're underage. So once they turn 18, I'll get to see them all the time.
Yeah.
Because they're just counting the fucking days till they can see Aunt Minga and Nana. So, but the one that lives with Nana, I was like, what do you want? And she was telling me, oh, by the way, her boyfriend's gift is coming in soon. When you order shit from China,
it
takes a while.
Yeah, it does.
And they didn't tell me until like Saturday before Christmas. I was like, your boyfriend will be here in 3 weeks because it's literally on a slow boat from China.
And it might get held up off the coast. You never know.
They're expensive when they get older.
Yeah.
She was like, I like PacSun jeans
Oh God.
and someplace else. So she told me she likes mom jeans, which is the thing with the kids.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I like some high rise jeans right now.
Oh, yeah.
Full disclosure, my jeans are being held together by a rubber band like I'm fucking pregnant in my third month, because I put these on and I was like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. Christmas was a little rough. Your Christmas and shit went a little better. You've been continuing on your journey of loss.
I have, yes.
It's outstanding. I have not. Although the 3 doctors I've seen in the past month are like, your problems are caused by being fat. And I was like, do you mean my shoulder's going to get better if I lose all my weight? Because literally the cardiac doctor said, all of your problems will go away if you would just lose weight. And I was like, all of my problems?
All of them? Are you
I
sure
bet
about
I'm
that?
still going to be bipolar. Bitch.
I feel like you don't have a full grasp on all my problems.
So I was like, if you literally mean like this blood work and that blood work, I get where you're coming from.
Right.
And then we were very happy to find out that my liver problems weren't from drinking, they're just from being fat.
Also,
so they have a valid complaint.
Also a good reason to take off the month of December.
There you go. So yeah, we took off the month of December for that. But yeah, the fucking 20-year-old is expensive.
Yeah.
She doesn't even listen to the podcast. She doesn't even contribute the 10 cents for every ad. I don't know why, but I bought like jeans and like t-shirts. They're into imitation vintage t-shirts. like
God.
the shit you get at Target that has like the Rolling Stone shit on it.
Yeah.
They don't listen to the Rolling Stones. I think she listens to the Aerosmith, but I don't know that she knows shit about Aerosmith.
I like how you said the Aerosmith.
The Aerosmith. I love being an old lady at this point. Being 50 is the best thing. I'm not 50 yet, but it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
Here's the saddest thing I learned in the past month.
What?
When you have your birthday, it is not your 49th birthday. It is the end of your 49th year. You are beginning your 50th year.
Oh, that's true.
So I am in the midst of my 50th year.
Because when you turn 1, it's like you finished your first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you turn 49, you finished your 49th year and you were beginning the year of your 50th.
goddamn thing I learned.
God, that's
all of
horrible.
Christmas. So mortality check for all of you.
Oh, okay. So that means I'm going to start my 40th year this year.
Yeah, when's your birthday?
May. So I'm going to be turning 39, which means I'm going to be starting my 40th year.
We're going to put a Cash App out for Brandy's birthdays. Buy us a beer.
That's right.
Do you want us to put a Cash App out so you can buy us a beer? If I buy you glass glass chalk,
Glass chalk. Sure.
that you write on your glass with, I think
Yeah.
we should both put. Do you know? I've seen those bridal party things where they're like, buy the bachelorette a drink at Stephanie's wedding.
Oh, yeah. I have a Venmo. I mean, people can Venmo.
I think that we should make our own Cash App and Venmo that are like
for DBBL?
buy drunk bitches a drink
That's right. I like
at
that.
DBBL.com.
Buy us a drink. Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, I feel like we should put it on the back of our cars.
All right, everybody. So I'm starting my 40th year this year, and you're starting your 50th year.
Yeah, I'm in the midst of my 50th year.
That's right. You're in the midst of your 50th year. I'm going to start my 40th year in May, so everybody should buy us a drink.
Here you go. I don't know. I think we have a follower. I'm going to be like, I don't know how much Zach would charge us to like have a party at Star City, but I think that Zach should play. It should be the DJ at our party because he's been our. I don't know. Zach will pay you, but still, you should be our DJ.
I like it.
So hobbies during December. Have you discovered anything new? Have you done anything new?
No, I mean, I got my Cricut back out and did a little bit more Cricut work, but that's not new. That was just, I had stored it for a while, so I got that back out and discovered a new love for it. And because of that, my mother bought me like, I don't know, 15 new rolls of Cricut material. So like in the new year, I really need to start Cricketing more. Other than that, no, I'm just working a lot because, all the jobs. I have all the jobs.
But what you forgot was that I went and did a wine tasting while you did a charcuterie class.
Yes. So I wouldn't consider this a hobby, but it's definitely a new skill I feel like I'm starting to acquire. So one of the local wine shops down here in Miamisburg, they have started doing a charcuterie board class once a month.
And I like the fact that we discovered that I say charcutering because it has the word cootering in it.
So we did some cootering, and I made a board, and I believe Mindy posted it on our socials, so you can see my lovely board that I did. It looks a lot better in the picture than I feel like it felt like when I was making it.
What sucked is that all the cheese was sweating.
Oh yeah, all the cheese. Well, because you're like sitting there, I feel like you're manhandling everything on a charcuterie board. And now I've watched. So like the lovely owner that owns the wine shop down there, I've watched her put together charcuterie boards before because she does them herself, like for different events and the wine tasting, whatever. And she always has like the Subway gloves on. They're not Subway gloves. I don't know what else.
Yeah,
they call
those
them.
little plastic gloves.
Like plastic gloves. The food serving gloves. Like she always puts that stuff on and like does everything. But when you're making your own charcuterie board and you're in a class, it's not like they hand out gloves because it's for you. So you're like manhandling all this, and like especially like when we got to the prosciutto, they're like, okay, so we need you to fold it like an accordion. So you're like
fucking disgusting.
Oh my god, it was horrible. And you're like trying to all right. And if nobody knows what prosciutto is, it is very, very thinly sliced ham
and
that has
slimy.
a lot of fat on it. It's slimy. It is salty, and like they're like fold it like an accordion, and then you were supposed to hold it like a bow tie and like fluff it out. So like one end of the bow tie,
they wanted the end result to be a rose, is what I heard.
Yeah,
but
it did not look like a rose.
It seemed slimy.
It looked like a giant pile of meat that was just like.
I will say that I went to a New Year's Eve gathering, a relatively close-knit gathering, and we both, the hostess and myself, both made like little snack trays. I called it a charcuterie board, but still, it was just a little snack tray. And she used like prosciutto because she's braver than I am, and I was like, I don't want to fucking touch it. I have texture issues. I don't want to fucking touch it.
I love eating prosciutto, and I have had
I wanted to eat it.
Oh no, it's delicious. And in the past I
think I ate everything she had.
If you want like a super quick fun little snack with prosciutto, take prosciutto and you can rip it into little chunks, like so you don't have to be fancy about it, and get melon balls, like the green melon in the summer.
Really?
Oh yeah, green melon balls. Wrap a little piece of prosciutto around the green melon ball, stick a toothpick through it, and just like serve that shit as little like appetizer things. And it's the greatest thing ever because the melon ball is like kind of sweet a little bit, and the salt and the prosciutto like and the melon mix together really, really well, and it goes great with wine. So like it's like the perfect little like bite-sized snack for like having it with wine.
Did you guys see there was a lady and her daughter sitting at the back of the class, and they were the only casualty, but an immediate casualty in the brie cutting.
Yeah. So you had to sign waivers before we started the class. Like we had papers.
There was a knife involved.
There was, and she gave us 2 knives because she was like, there was 2 paring knives that you got because you were going to slice some cheese and stuff. And it was like, all right, well, if one gets too messy, you can use the other one, right? So we had to sign waivers. And as soon as I got handed the waiver, I was like, why am I signing things? And they're like, there's knives involved. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough, whatever. And I didn't see it, but you saw it. And somebody like actually sliced their finger like within the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And she was like bleeding on brie. And I'm like, it's your own brie. So that's fantastic for you because I didn't want to do it. But the teacher was like, oh my God. So I'm like, totally sorry for your finger. And I love what you're doing with the brie, even though it was nothing that she told them to do with the brie. And I'm like, I don't think that she should be, I don't know.
Following directions is hard for some people.
I think so. They just freeballed it the entire time.
I mean, you can freeball it a little bit, but like, I feel like, okay, so I get impatient because
But it's a class.
Well, right, it's a class. So sometimes I accomplish things quicker and like she has to make sure everybody in the whole class. And so like when she was having us cut the brie and then she involved cookie cutters, I was like, oh, well, clearly we're going to cookie cutter out some of the, like I kind of know wwhere we're going with this.
Right.
So I'll start working ahead a little bit, but not like too much.
You were that fucking kid in
I'm
school.
that kid.
So I bet you failed that thing where they gave you the sheet that was like, do the instructions.
I always knew that you had to like turn the fucker over and not write anything on it. I'd always go to like the last line, read it and be like, yep, okay, I'm done. I saw that shit coming a mile away.
Well, she was very encouraging to them. She was funny.
Yeah.
She had like a very kindergarten school voice.
She was very sweet.
Oh, if that's what you want to do, then you should follow what your heart says. And I was like, bitch, they fucked your shit up.
Yeah, it looks terrible. They're gonna leave and be like, "Oh, this is awful. This is all your fault." But it's not your fault. It's their fault because they didn't follow any instructions.
And she was like wrapping everybody's shit in things.
Oh, yeah,
and
she was
so
great.
she was very nice.
Yeah.
I did laugh when she was like, you should have cut the cheese in a triangle. What's the triangle that has a right angle? And are you good at math? And people were yelling.
Oh, no. Yeah. The good at math. Before she asked about the triangle, she announced to the entire class and was like, okay, so who's good at math? And like all of us are sitting there going, well, fuck, we've been drinking wine. I'm not good at math. No, I'm not good at math. And then she comes out with, well, what's the triangle where it's like a square on the one corner where it's really straight?
She literally said it's a right angle on one corner.
The right angle on one corner. And it's like, then I looked at her and I was like, it's a 90-degree angle. It's a right triangle. Like what? Apparently I'm very good at math.
I was just dying. It was one of those things when I was sitting at the bar and I was like, excuse me, what? Did she?
Well,
what? You said the name of the fucking thing and the thing that you asked about.
And then it kept getting worse though, because then like a ton of people answered her because clearly she said it. And then she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just so not good at math. You know, there's triangles. There's so many, like there's the one that has like all the equal sides. And I'm like, equilateral triangle? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What else we got? Keep throwing them out. I got this. Like what else we doing? Obtuse? Do we need an obtuse? Like what's happening?
What about acute?
I was like, do we need a cute angle? I don't like. Please tell me, because now I feel really smart.
A plus B equals C. I got some Pythagorean for
That's
you.
right. Do you need some algebra? I can do algebra. Yeah. So I'm like, all of a sudden I was like, oh no, I said I was bad at math. Apparently I should have said I'm excellent.
My math teacher said I would need this in the future, and I was like, fuck no, bitch, I will not. And then I'm sitting in charcuterie class, and they were like, what's the triangle with the right angle?
You will use all of your geometry during a charcuterie class.
Oh my God.
It was fantastic.
Oh my God. It was awesome because I snapped my neck. Like,
what
the fuck did she say?
Yeah.
And I'm looking for your table because it was like, I couldn't see shit. But I'm like, what?
It was, yeah.
Oh my God. It was such a good class. And in the meantime, there's a wine tasting going on. So while the teacher is talking about the teacher, Olive, 23 years old.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I own a company. And I'm like, yes, you do, sweetheart. You sure do. And she does. And I'm 50. Almost. I'm in my 50th years. We have declared.
I will say she has found a talent that she is good at. She makes charcuterie boards. She does like all the wood board
cute
things.
She had some paper bag mom jeans on. It was adorable.
Makes adorable. Like, and she actually sells like the wood boards and stuff too.
Does she?
And does like resin in them and stuff.
Nice.
Like on her website. So like her company, it's legit. She does great work and everything
What's the
else.
name of her company?
It's the Cheese Garden.
The Cheese Garden.
Yes.
Okay.
She's I believe out of Cincinnati, or like northern Cincinnati, a suburb or whatever.
Like Middletown. I don't know.
No, Mason, Westchester, or something there.
Mason's nice.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So she's fantastic. But yeah, she's like all of 22, 23, and like she's just the most adorable little thing that you want to pat her head.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So I was drinking the wine while we were there, and I'm not a wine person. You're a wine person.
I am. I love wine.
It goes to my head. Like I feel warm and fuzzy. And
I feel regretful when people are like, oh my God, I can't drink this whole bottle. I've only had 2 glasses and I need to cork it and take it home. And I'm like, oh, I've had a bottle.
I know when I open it, I'll drink the whole bottle. But the whole time I'm drinking it, I'm like, I feel sleepy and tired.
Oh, see, I can do a whole bottle and be like, all right, so what are we doing next? Let's, what's happening?
No, that's why when we're at the wine, when we're at that wine shop, I'm like, you guys carry delirium beer. Thank you very much. I'm going to go get an 8.5%. But Brandy's sitting there drinking a 15% dry ass red wine.
Yeah, I did that.
Sucks all the fluid out of your body.
It does.
I will say that when you go to that wine shop, I asked you to help me, but I could have asked anybody.
That's right.
And what I asked was, I would like a red wine that is dry, not sweet, but not too dry. But if you had to have a goal of being between dry and sweet, it would be more dry than sweet, but also not dry. Those are my requirements. And I felt bad about those requirements.
No,
you were like, how about this one? How about that one?
I was going to say, did I give you baby blue? That seems like a baby blue.
Yeah, baby blue.
Yep.
And then something not Josh.
Bonanza?
Yeah, Bonanza. Something
Yeah.
with a fancy, not a fancy, but like a cartoonish label.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took those home because you were also like, what's your price range? And I'm like, let's stay under $100. Let's stay around $100.
Yeah, that's always the question too, because I do find some of the higher end wines. The higher end wines doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to enjoy them more. Although I will say there are a handful of higher end wines that I drink specifically because I do not get a hangover the next day with them.
That's good.
It's like, oh, I'm drinking nice red wine. And it's like after I've had some, it's like usually you go down a step because you're like, I've already had the good wine, so I'm going to go down a little bit. But also, like, if you stay in the higher end, then, like, the hangover is way less the next day. So it's like, I'm going to hang out up here because I don't feel like having a headache tomorrow morning.
I was just drinking whatever she had open, so it was fine. Then the wine tasting lady was talking to me, and I didn't want her to talk to me. I was like, just put the wine in the glass. I don't give a fuck what the grapes are.
Yeah.
That was gross. Give me another one, because I'm down to drink whatever you put in my glass because I paid my money. So I'm not gonna swill it and shoot it out.
Right.
Whatever. They don't give you spittoons.
No.
Whatever. They don't give you anything to spit it out in. It's been New Year's, and there was a Hottie Perry. There was a Harry Potter marathon, and you were a Harry Potter girl.
Yes. So it wasn't okay. So it wasn't a marathon per se. So they put all 8 movies on HBO Max to stream, which has been fantastic because the first Harry Potter film is kind of like I don't know if you have this, like a fall asleep movie.
No.
Like, I don't typically like the TV on when I try and go to sleep. I need darkness and quiet, and like that's how I fall asleep. I don't like the TV on because I will pay attention to it. But if the TV is on, if the first Harry Potter film is playing, I can fall asleep to it because I love the score, the music.
Okay.
I love the music, and I can fall asleep to it. So I like having that because I can stream it and like, oh, I need to go to bed, but I'm going to throw that on and there you go. But so they've had all 8 movies, but then they came out with, it's been 20 years since the first movie got released.
Really?
Yeah. So they had a 20-year reunion.
I feel old.
It definitely makes you feel old, especially when you watch this.
That means I was 30?
Yeah. So they like...
You were a child?
Oh, yeah. They had all the original cast members come back. Like,
Oh, shit. You were a child.
I was 18. So, yeah, I was in high school.
Yeah. Shit.
When they started the first movie, which granted, I did not watch the movies until I was probably last year of college. So, I mean, it took me a good 5 years to get into the movies. But
I read books wait a minute. I watched movies 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. Read all the books.
Yeah.
Watched 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched the rest of them.
Oh, so
What was the one with the trials where
Goblet of Fire? That was book 4.
when such and such died?
Yeah, that was book 4. Goblet of Fire.
That's the last one I watched.
Yeah. So that one was not the greatest movie. I like the book. The movie was not great.
I had a hard time. We've talked about this, I think, before. What the fuck? Here's what we haven't talked about. I bought a Remarkable for the podcast.
Oh, I love it.
Quotation marks. It's supposed to be for work, but
It's like a notepad, but like reusable.
yeah, there you go. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, so they did the 20-year anniversary thing, and they had like a lot of the original cast members come back, and everybody's chatting, and it was a 2-hour special of literally where anybody who's a Harry Potter fan, you're watching it and you're just crying, consistently. Like every 15 minutes you break out in tears for something
So what
else.
has Rupert done? So I know what what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
He became sober
Yes, he is sober now.
because he said that he was a dick.
He during the shooting of the filming of the Harry Potter series, like growing up in that atmosphere and being like super famous and being like, like, I kind of get where you would kind of fall to some of the pressure and stuff. And he openly admits that there were certain scenes and things like that. He was like, I was so drunk doing that. Like, like I was high, whatever. But he is sober now. And like, honestly, like some of the stuff he's been in since Harry Potter, if you go watch some of the film, he's fucking hilarious.
He has done some amazing shit.
Yeah.
One is the first thing he did after Harry Potter was the one where he was naked with the horse.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it was called.
Equiline? Something.
Yeah.
Somebody yell at us and tell us. I don't fucking care. But he was naked with the horse.
Yeah.
He was the horse, basically a horse fucker.
Yeah.
In the play. But he was like full fucking on nudity.
He has made some seriously weird choices with the characters that he has played. But
I think it's outstanding.
Oh, no. He's fantastic. And that's the thing. Everything I've seen him in since Harry Potter, he has been fantastic, and he's a fantastic actor. And I feel like he was under so much pressure during the Harry Potter series. He went through a huge like transition of like just going through all that pressure and everything, and he became an alcoholic and drug addict, and he like got clean, and he's now sober. But he always, it seems like every time I've seen an interview with him, he's always wanted to concentrate on acting. He's always wanted to do better. And
I feel like I don't want to label him an addict, because in interviews he hasn't said that he was addicted so much as he was a dick.
Yeah.
And so he decided not to, like, his personality did not mesh with alcohol and drugs.
Right. No, and
which
I
he
agree
had
with
access
that.
to. He was just an asshole when he had access to it.
Yeah, he probably wasn't addicted to them so much as there was just
as fuck when we have access to alcohol.
Yeah.
And as we have found out, also me and gummies, thank God to you.
So he was just he was doing a lot of drugs and alcohol for a while there, and he was not happy with who he was as a person, so he stopped. And that was good. But the reunion special, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's very well worth watching. It was very nice. It was just it was very nostalgic, and it was very going back and watching all of these kids that you watched grow up on film. That's the thing. It's like you're watching these kids that you like, they were 11 years old when they started, and then like
that's
you saw
a huge commitment to make. I mean,
8 films.
Your parents made that commitment for you.
Yeah.
And it seems like all of them had a good relationship with their parents. It wasn't a Macaulay Culkin relationship where they were supporting their families.
Yeah.
It was that their families were supporting them in doing this.
Right.
It seemed more like that. I don't know that it was.
It was very endearing watching, like just listening to their stories of how they grew up in the industry and how they grew up on the film sets and the directors that they worked with. And
I felt like they were more protected than
they were
child stars in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
And you know what? There's a weird, there was a little bit of a weird thing where I feel like,
holy shit, that means in 2001 was the first film?
Yeah.
God damn, I was a clear ass adult.
Well, not 2000. Yeah,
2001. Yeah.
Well, 20 years. Yeah. So 2001 was the first film. That's when I graduated high school.
Fuck.
I know. So, but it was very, I feel like, and okay, so this is the thing. So we're American. And
we are. Oh shit!
Yeah, right?
God damn, Brandi.
The Harry Potter films, I know when they started making them and they developed the entire series, the producer and especially J.K. Rowling, the writer, and I know she's gone through some controversy and everything else, but her writing that led to this entire series was just fabulous. And she put down kind of a thing when they started casting for the movies and said, "I only want British actors to work on this."
That's good,
which was fantastic. And I think that made a little bit of a difference because the actors and actresses that worked on this, and especially the kids and things like that, they were kind of cocooned in this life but they were only in this studio and everything else with actors and things like that they grew up with in England and whatever else. And so they didn't really get too exposed to the American,
the American machine,
Hollywood. Yeah. So that's the thing. I feel like, and I know like Harry Potter was huge, even in America when it was coming out. And so they still like went to premieres in, LA and everything else. And I feel like some of the sound studios and stuff they worked on were in LA. But because I feel like they were working exclusively with British actors and actresses and everything else, I feel like they were kind of in this little bubble that maybe they were a little bit more protected than some of the other child actors that work in Hollywood, because they were in this little exclusive bubble that like kind of protected them.
Right. So, I mean, what, just in a sentence or two, what was your love affair, your relationship? How did you relate to Harry Potter? Because I'm just going to throw this out there. I was an adult when I read the books, but I realized that I'll say this. You were not the target audience.
No, I was not.
I was not the target audience. The target audience started from about 11 years old.
Yeah.
And it grew with the audience that was originally targeted. So it was like a 100-page book, a 200-page book, a 250-page book. And then it went up. It grew with the age group that it was intended to be with. And we were adults. You were barely an adult. We were adults that were introduced to it, and we read it, and we were fascinated by it. I'm not okay with the movies only because I love the books more.
Oh, yeah.
But what was it for you that connected?
I think overall the thing about Harry Potter, and I think the thing that people most connect with, and especially me and like anybody else that I think looks at it, is there's family dynamics in it that kind of run the gamut of who you are. You've got the Weasleys, who are this loving family. They have sons and daughters and a loving pair of parents. You have Harry Potter, who is taken in by his aunt and uncle, who are terrible human beings. He is treated horribly. You have the Malfoys, who the parents are clearly evil, and it is this child who doesn't know any better because he is being raised by these people who are clearly awful, and he turns into a bully because of that. But later in the movies, he also has a little bit of a redemption cycle where it's like you can see him changing and trying to rebel against that, because he was raised one way, but he also starts seeing the world for how it is, and he doesn't know if he should be following this path or that path. So I think what happens in Harry Potter is the reason it appeals to so many people in so many different paths is because there is always something there that you can relate to, no matter where you grew up or how you grew up or who you grew up with.
Sorry.
There is something there. Yeah.
Sorry, I just belched.
No, you're fine.
I'm fascinated by that because I wasn't as young as you when I came into it. So it didn't resonate with me the way that it probably resonated with you. It was very charming.
Yeah. To me, it felt inclusive. It gave you a place to belong.
At some point,
though. It got horribly dark. And that's the thing, though. I feel like that's what made it more realistic.
Age appropriately dark based on who the target audience was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like, it might seem childish when you first start watching it, and then as you watch it throughout, no matter what age you are, I feel like there's a point at which the series speaks to you, and it becomes age appropriate for you no matter what age you are.
Right.
And I feel like it grows with you. And so it doesn't matter if you're super young or super old. And I feel like that's why it's probably going to stand the test of time and kind of grow with people and go through the generations, and people will still be able to
share it with their children.
Share it with their children, their grandchildren, whatever else, because I feel like no matter what age you are, there's going to be something you can find value in it and feel included. And that's the thing, because you get into the later movies and all right, so book 5. Movie 5, they introduce Luna Lovegood, and she is, all right, for all intents and purposes, she's fucking cray-cray, right?
Right.
Like most people think she is, but she has so many scenes with Harry and stuff that are so endearing, and she is just a lovely human being. It's like, you know what? Some people are different, but that doesn't devalue them.
This is true. I didn't have the emotional response to it because I think I was outside. I was way outside of your demographic. I was outside of the childhood demographic. My oldest niece was old enough to be like movie 3. Yeah. She was out. She was like, Aragon, done.
Yeah.
But you know what? Aragon came up last night and I was like, that fucking seems familiar. 2 nights ago. That seems familiar, but I'm not fucking sure what it is. We were playing code names, and then
Aragon's from Lord of the Rings.
No, not Aragon. What the fuck is the spider's name?
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, what's his name? It's something like Aragon.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So the fucking spider's name came
The
up.
spider. Oh, I was terrified of the spider.
Yeah, she was too. And then she was like, spider scary, Harry Potter scary. And then
Yeah.
she was out.
Yeah.
But I think she would have been fine with it eventually. I'm going to have shoulder surgery on the 20th of January. We will try not to let that interfere with our schedule. There might be a Vicodin episode.
Yeah. So Mindy might be on drugs instead of alcohol a couple of episodes.
Which Mindy was on drugs when she got the MRI to determine that she needed surgery. So I had a consultation. I fucked up my shoulder in 2018, not on purpose. I fell down, went boom. Back in 2018, I fell down like Superman, both arms up.
Oh.
I dislocated my left shoulder and fractured it. My right shoulder, nobody paid attention to me telling them that like it also hurts. And I just let it go because my left shoulder hurt much worse. Let's just give it that. 2019, I did physical therapy. Then I'm really good at just ignoring shit.
Yeah, that makes
So I
sense.
was like, I got discharged from physical therapy. They were like, we're not making it better. And I was like, great. I'm good with that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll live with it. You and I started throwing steel darts in the summer
Yeah.
of 2021.
That sounds right.
And I think sometime in the fall, it was like, my arm hurts like fuck.
I can't keep doing this.
And so, but we kept throwing, and I was like, also, my arm hurts like fuck. Not just my arm, my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I am getting rotator cuff surgery because we have just found out from an MRI that I have a full thickness tear of my supraspinatus tendon at the foot imprint or
That's
foot
super
attachment. It just means that like someplace in my shoulder, there's a muscle that attaches with the ligament or tendon, a tendon
Yeah.
that has ripped completely away. The fun part about that was that I did an MRI and I called my doctor in a panic because I forgot how much I hate MRIs. And I was like, can I have a Valium? And they were like, we will ask her, but we're not sure. It's 4:20 in the afternoon.
Oh, gosh.
And you have an MRI at 8 a.m. We're not sure we're going to get you that Valium. So I called a friend. Wink, wink, nod, nod. I called a friend who has a friend who deals in legal medical weed. In Ohio, you can only get edibles. So I got half a cookie and a few gummies, which oddly enough were the brand was Mindy's. MINDY''S. So I was like, Kismet.
They were meant for you?
They were meant for me. So the next morning, I went to my MRI with having eaten half of a cookie, so quarter of a cookie, and a 5 milligram gummy. And when it hadn't kicked in after an hour, I ate another gummy. And then in the 10 minutes it took me to drive, I didn't drive. In the 10 minutes it took me to be driven to the MRI,
Yeah.
it was fucked up. I couldn't follow any instructions whatsoever, but I laid down on the table. They put me in this fucking arm thing, and I was high as fuck and falling asleep, and they kept waking me up when they were giving me instructions like, breathe, a deep breath in, breathe out. I was like, this fucking sucks. Why are you
Why
talking to
can't
me?
I just breathe normal?
I just want to, and here's the thing. When you're high and in an MRI, you still have to manage your anxiety.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not okay.
I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
But the anxiety that I had to manage was like, you can still breathe. Because in my brain, I was like, oh my God, I can't take a breath. I can't breathe at all. And then in my conscience, I was like, take a breath. You can still breathe. Your
It's
breathing is fine. You can fucking breathe.
Good.
It's good. And then part of me would vibe with the machine that was running. And so I was having a good time for half of it. And the other half of the time, I was just trying to make myself breathe. So I appreciate my friend, air quotes, that had Mindy's gummies that weren't named after me, but fucking worked great for me. So we are going to try and not fuck up our schedule. My goal for 2020 is that we do not, there should be 26 episodes.
Yes. That is all right. So this is our 20th episode. And clearly we started this at the beginning of last year. So, and I will say I take full credit for this. The only reason we've had only 20, we only had 19 last year is because, you know, every once in a while I took way too long to edit episodes. I'm going to get better at that. That's my goal for 2022. I'm going to get better at editing.
So I have two more things. I just want to cover two more things before we end. Number one, my remarkable pad won't go to the last page. Number one, on CNN's New Year's Eve coverage.
I didn't see this, so I have to hear this because I'm super intrigued.
There was apparently, I don't know who the fuck did it, but I feel like he's the hero we need, not the hero we deserve.
I'm going to guess it's an intern.
He was putting up tweets that were from Anita Dump.
Oh my God.
Bend over. Bend over.
All right. So from my news background, the only thing I can say is either they had an intern running this shit and that was like, this is fucking funny as shit, I'm going to let this go. Or they had an automated system that could not tell the difference between legitimate or not.
So let's go back to the beginning. And the story I read is that all of the tweets came from, there's like a numeric end to this username, but all of the accounts lead back to the same originator account, meaning that they all had the same email origination from an account called Mike X Long or Mike Cox Long.
So like that's the account that had all of these accounts?
Yes. So the same. So he established his account sometime in November, and then in December he established Anita Dump, Ben Dover, Dixie, Normus, Harry, Cox, Hugh, Jass, and Seymour Butts. And they were all sending tweets into CNN.
I mean, I feel like did he hack into the system and just make sure that
I don't know. It was fucking awesome. I was reading the story and I was like, I don't fucking hear how it happened. It was goddamn hilarious.
That's fantastic.
So he did that.
I mean, I feel like that's what everybody needed on New Year's.
Yeah, I read the story and I was like, I'm really sorry I wasn't watching this live. The other thing that we really need to talk about is that we consider ourselves a comedy.
Yeah.
We think we're funny.
Yeah. Well,
because there's not a charming genre. So
we either fall into the comedy or the mature plus, which I mean, I also don't want, I feel like we sound like porn stars when we put ourselves
right. Hey, you porn stash podcast. We're going to talk about our followers because I just want to. Anyway, nope, that is not the followers. That is anyway. So the other thing that we need to talk about because we need to be timely is, God damn you, Betty White.
God, I love Betty White.
I do too.
All right, my favorite fact of all time about Betty White, and it's not valid anymore because she passed away, but it was that she was older than sliced bread.
Yes.
She was older than sliced bread. I mean, how many people can say that? That's fucking hilarious.
I am. So what is your favorite memory of Betty White? Because you're quite younger than I am. And I have so many other references to Betty White.
So, all right. So I knew Betty White mostly from the Golden Girls. And okay, so when I watched the Golden Girls, like Betty White to me was always like this ridiculously like naive, whatever, which was her character and she played it very well. But when you don't know her from anything else, it's kind of like she was kind of annoying and it was like, oh my God, she doesn't know anything. And this is just like, oh my God, like get a clue.
I will say this. Let me interrupt you. My dad used to say when we would watch Third Company together.
Yeah.
Three's Company, not Third Company. Fucking 8.8% beer.
Yeah.
Fuck you. We would watch Three's Company together. My dad would say about Chrissy.
Yeah. Because she was dumb as shit.
What's her name?
I don't remember.
Something Summer.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, that summer chick.
Yeah.
When he would say playing dumb is way harder than playing smart.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how I felt
Because you got to make it believable.
That's how I felt about Rose.
Well, that's the thing. And I feel like when I was younger, that was my first
Cheers to
introduction.
Rose.
Cheers to Rose. That was my first introduction of her. And so I always was annoyed with her. But then later on, because, you know, you get older and you actually know things then, you find out that playing dumb is harder than it is playing intelligent. And you find out what an intelligent human being she is.
Oh, she's so goddamn snappy.
Oh, and she's so fucking
On
witty.
it.
And then
On
you
it.
find out things that she did earlier in life, whatever else. And then she does shit with like Ryan Reynolds and stuff. And like,
There was a 9-year
so
ongoing,
fantastic.
not 9 years. There was way more than 9 years.
Yeah.
The ongoing
Yeah.
fucking relationship with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, she was the epitome of who I feel like I would want to be when I'm that old.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
be that old lady.
You want to be that old lady. You want to be that lady who's like in her fucking 90s, like, you know, doesn't take any shit. You know exactly who you are. You're witty as crap. You have on it comebacks. Like you're just like you're there.
Right.
You're in the moment and you're there and you're fucking funny.
So I sent Brandi a video, a link. Just go look up Hot in Cleveland Betty bloopers.
Fantastic.
And it's fantastic. She was amazing. So I, of course, knew her from Golden Girls, but I was a B. Arthur fan more than a Betty fan. It didn't matter. The show was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because the show had some groundbreaking shit in it. But Hot in Cleveland, she was just a dirty old lady, and I loved it. And
was
she was
fantastic.
like my favorite. The video starts with like, I made this account when I was done with a bender, and so my account is Bender Over.
I made it when my bender was over, so my account's bender over.
And I loved it. So we, in all honesty,
Seriously,
damn.
just go look up Betty White anything. Just go
Betty White.
Celebrate Betty White for who she is and who she was, and she's just a delightful human being. And she had all these articles, and I was so excited because she was going to celebrate her 100th birthday on January 17th. And the little wine shop that we talked about earlier around the corner was going to have a huge like birthday celebration.
I hope they still do.
They're still going to have a celebration, but now it is a celebration of life instead of a birthday celebration. But she contributed her long life and health to drinking and eating hot dogs.
So celebrate Betty.
So they're going to have chili dogs and they're going to have freaking like martinis and stuff. So like
on Betty's birthday, celebrate Betty and some hot dogs.
That's right.
Realize that this
January
episode
17th. Nope, it'll be out before that.
Yeah, January 17th. But we realize this episode is going long, but it's not just Betty.
No.
2021 has
ended.
killed us. So 2021, going backwards, just go and look up some notable things. But I wrote down some
We
notable
lost
people.
so many greats.
Let me know if you have any emotional ties to any of these people, but we lost Betty White, and this is going backwards.
I feel like this is our in memorandum.
Memoriam? Memorandum? This is the memorandum.
Memorandum.
That's memo.
Yep.
This is the memorandum. Memoriam.
All right. I'm going to play some soft music under this, and we'll do that. I just made her choke. Oh, you just snorted beer, didn't you? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad.
God damn it, Brandi.
I'm sorry.
I just literally coughed beer down the sleeve of my sweatshirt.
I know. I saw it come out. You had beer out your nose.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Anyway.
Feel free.
So from oldest to newest. And there were like 100 and something celebrities.
Yeah.
We know that. Let's say this at the top of the thing. We know that some of you have lost loved ones that don't get published in the news.
Yeah.
And for 2021, we want to offer a cheers to loved ones that you may have lost. COVID has happened. Age has happened. Life has fucking happened. So to the loved ones that you have lost in 2021, we love you and we support you, and we are so sorry for your losses. And we hope that you are celebrating them and lifting them up in prayer. I don't believe in shit, but I still think that you should give good. This sounds so bad. I don't believe in religion, but I do believe in an afterlife, and I do believe in a plane that people exist in. And I think that you should lift them up in that. When it comes to significant celebrity deaths, let's rock this. Betty White, John Madden, EA Sports will never be the same.
No.
Desmond Tutu, probably the most significant name in this list because the rest of these are fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
Anne Rice, loved her books. Michael Nesmith from the Monkees. Al Unser Sr. from racing. Bob Dole, because Bob Dole wants you to know that Bob Dole died. A Bob Dole fucking hero. Stephen Sondheim. We haven't talked about this, but I am a West Side Story fan. When you're a jet all the way from the last cigarette to your last dying day. I will go out into my backyard and annoy my fucking backyard neighbor because she hates us. And I will play fucking West Side Story show tunes and sing to them. Fuck you, because I have Alexa.
It's fair.
Dean Stockwell from Quantum Leap. He was Al.
Oh, I love him.
No. Peter Scolari from Bosom Buddies. He was Tom Hanks' Bosom Buddies. He was on Newhart. He was Julia's beau from Newhart.
Okay.
If you watched Evil, the show Evil, he was one of the priests in Evil.
Yeah.
Colin Powell, Melvin Van Peebles. If you don't know who Melvin Van Peebles are, he directed a lot of movies that ended up shifting the 70s and 80s movies for a movement called blaxploitation, BLAX. His son is Mario Van Peebles, who is fucking hot. But
nice.
Genetics alone shouldn't be his memory. Melvin Van Peebles was very well known. Willie Garson. He was Stanford Blatch on Sex and the City. Not Sex in the City, but Sex and the City. Yeah. He was Carrie's gay friend. Covered in fucking beer. Fucking snotting it up.
Sorry, I made you spit that out.
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
He did SNL News. He was also just fucking crazy.
He was crazy. I will say I didn't appreciate his Women on Trampoline, whatever the fuck that show was. But SNL, he was fucking hilarious.
There was Jim Brewer, who, if you don't know him, he was in Baked. He was Goat Boy on SNL. Mm-hmm. Jim Brewer looked stoned.
All the
That's
time.
Just
even if he wasn't stoned.
That's just what his face looks like. And Jim Brewer said that his first year he did this whole thing, and they asked him about being on SNL, and he said, "I didn't know about SNL. I just joined it for the fuck of it." Basically, I'm paraphrasing. And then Norm Macdonald answered a question during the same pre-season press thing, and the press couldn't use it because it was so fucking dirty and out there. And he was like, "Why did you do that?" Norm was like, "Because I don't fucking want them to use any quotes from me. They don't deserve shit from me." So Norm Macdonald was goddamn amazing. Michael K. Williams, who was Omar on The Wire. He was also in Lovecraft County and Boardwalk Empire. Willard Scott did not turn 100 or higher than 100, bless his heart. Ed Asner, loved Ed Asner. He was
Asner.
in fucking everything.
Yeah.
Biz Marquee, you got what I need, because you say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. That defined my 90s.
Nice.
DMX.
DMX I didn't know about.
DMX died this year.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All you bitches in the prison. What the hell was that song? Anyway, it doesn't matter. DMX died this year. So Prince Philip, we lost Prince Philip, which means the Queen's not far behind.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm a huge royal family fan, and I know
You too?
I am.
High five.
Yes. Love the royal family. Okay, here's the thing. I know the monarchy, like a lot of people hate the monarchy and everything else, and they're just a figurehead and whatever else. But they are just a figurehead at this point.
But they pay their own shit.
Well, not only do they pay their own shit, but honestly, like the land that they owned, they then sold back, and now they're just getting taxes off of. And so, like, there's a whole legal thing there where it's like, if you get rid of the monarchy, I feel like a lot of people that want to get rid of the monarchy don't really understand the taxes and the land ownership and the implications of what it would be if they got rid of, because like they own a lot of shit,
Right.
Like they own a lot of shit.
That's why it was a big deal for Harry and Meghan to walk
leave.
away.
Yeah.
But all hail Meghan and Harry, because fuck yeah, I'm all for them.
See, I'm honestly not.
Really?
Here's my thing. If they want to walk away, fine. I'm fine with that. But don't drag everybody in the dirt when you walk away. And I did not appreciate that.
We will cover that in a future
Later.
thing. I should write that down.
Here's my thing. Like, I understand the royal family and I understand that there's certain things. And honestly, if they were super mean to Meghan and like did racist things like she's saying they did, like fuck them. Like that's awful. Like that should not happen. However, also there are certain things that come with being part of the royal family.
Shit, that was on
And
a race.
her admitting and saying, well, I never looked him up and didn't know what I was supposed to do when I met the Queen. I'm sorry. If you're going to meet the Queen for the first time, you look up what the fuck you're supposed to do.
Right.
I'm sorry. You look that shit up and you know that shit.
You should.
So
So her supposedly was fine with the Queen.
Right. But my thing is when she came out and she was like, well, I was so naive. I didn't even know what I was supposed to do when I met the Queen. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
But that's Harry's fault.
Well, no,
it's on Harry.
It's a little on Harry, but also I'm sorry. As a female, if you're going to date a prince, you look that shit up.
But if you're a prince and you're bringing in a non-royal or a non-anything,
But that's
you
how he
get
grew
her
up.
the counsel.
But
You get her the counsel.
he grew up like that and he knows what all that shit
Girl,
is.
this is Michigan, and I fucking hate you for Michigan.
I mean, here's the thing. I've been a Michigan fan since I was 5 and I can't help that shit. But I also went to Ohio State and I graduated from there. So I have a degree from there. So, you know.
I'm going to end this on...
All right.
it's my podcast. I get to end it on whatever I fucking
We're going to address this shit later. So y'all are going to have to wait.
Beverly Cleary.
Oh, she also died.
Ramona Quimby.
Oh.
That's Q. Made like a cat. Little ears on top. It was a Q with a tail.
Yeah.
And ears on top.
Yeah.
Ramona Quimby. I loved Ramona Quimby. And I think she was Super Fudge, wasn't she? Because Super Fudge was Ramona Quimby's brother.
Dude, that is beyond my
Okay. We'll
recollection
look that
right
up.
now.
We'll
Yeah.
look that up. Anyway, she also passed away earlier this year. I will say this. It wasn't 2016. Prince dying in 2016 was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Mindy's Prince is my Alan Rickman, who died in 2016, and that was my horribleness.
Alan Rickman was seriously.
I tell you what. Okay, the most parts that I cried in the Harry Potter reunion special was when they kept bringing up Alan Rickman.
Did they really?
Well, yeah, they had to bring him up. They brought up a lot of people that
he
died.
was Snape, but Snape.
There was a handful of actors that were predominantly in Harry Potter that they brought up in the 20-year reunion who have passed away over the past 5 years. And oh my God, there were some of them, like some of them I knew about and some of them I did not. And it was very shocking. And it was like, oh my God, that person passed away. I can't believe they're dead.
Fuck Dolores, though.
Oh no, fuck Dolores. I know that she's an actress and I know that like she's a real person in life and whatever else, but like I don't ever want to run into that person ever in my life because I swear to God, like that person was worse than Voldemort.
Do you know who the next national treasure is, but not our national treasure, but our adopted national treasure.
Who?
Maggie.
Oh, Maggie Smith. Oh my God. Okay, I just finished Downton Abbey, the series.
Okay,
I gotta go watch the movie.
I didn't watch series. I didn't watch 6 in the movie, so don't
go watch it. But yes,
but let's cover that. I'm gonna
fucking
make
Maggie Smith is a fucking treasure, and she is fantastic. Yeah, no, Downton Abbey. I just finished the series
because we need to talk about that because fuck Mary. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate Mary.
Yes and no. I hate Mary, but I also don't.
No, I hate Mary.
Okay, so
because she was fucking evil.
No, her sister.
Table it. She was evil to her sister.
We'll table
the
this
entire goddamn time.
Yeah. Her and her sister. Honestly, her sister though was evil to her the first season with the.
But the sister that lived.
Yeah,
not the one that died. Not
the
Sybil.
one that lived. No,
not Sybil, but
they're evil to each other.
But Mary is just a dick.
Oh no, Mary is just a dick to her, and I totally agree.
No, I mean Mary's a dick to a lot of people.
All right, you got to go watch the 6th season, and then we'll talk about this. Okay. All right.
So, we are in the end.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm gonna miss my family call. Shit. So we have had a lot of support from our podcast family, and here's where we are with our podcast family.
Oh shit.
We know voluntary input has been a huge.
They're fantastic.
They are fantastic.
I found it. All right.
I love Leo. Leo has been a huge support with our podcast family.
Yes.
But in the past few months, we've also had a lot of followers, and we appreciate you. Scottish Murders, Ratchet Book Club, Drunk Theory. Fucking listen to Drunk Theory because they're hilarious. I listened to them about the shit about space and the moon landing. And the fucking moon landing happened, but like they come up with some reasons why it might not have happened. Porn stash. I want to say that's a guilty goddamn thing, but Porn Stash podcast is totally my wheelhouse. Follow some Big Nick because I like some Big Nick. Dear Bastard.
Oh, that's fun.
Dear Bastard is one of the most unique podcasts I've ever had. It is done entirely in emails. So it's a fictional story done entirely in emails.
Nice.
And it's British.
Oh, I love anything British.
Lovish. Scottish Murders. I think we've talked about that before. I just like how they say murders. I think they are fantastic. And then we have recently accumulated... My bad. We are looking at the list of friends that we
All right. So check out our Twitter feed because anybody who's following us is fantastic and you need to go follow them back. Also, if you're on our Twitter feed, you need to go to our Twitter feed or our Instagram at DBBL_podcast. If you want to go find us on Facebook or YouTube, it's DBBL space podcast. Or you can go to our website at dbblpodcast.com, or you can reach us at email at dbblpodcast@gmail.com. We are so looking forward to hearing from you. We always love good feedback. So please let us know how we're doing. If you want to hear anything about like us, or if you want to hear any stories, or if there's any topics or anything you want us to talk about, please let us know.
Yes, absolutely. And we have toyed with the idea of sending out more than just like release emails from just more than release emails. Do you want a blog? Do you want something about what we're doing? Something we're drinking when it just happens during the week? Let us know. Because we drink.
We do.
Just don't drink a lot on air other than what we're fucking drinking.
We drink some things. So if you want recommendations or things like that, let us know and we will send out recommendation emails and things like that. Also, we are... I was going somewhere with that. Where was I going?
So here's the deal. Today is the... What the fuck is today?
It's the 2nd.
Today is the 2nd.
Uh-huh.
You are leaving on the 3rd.
I'm
the
leaving.
4th. 5th.
So I'm leaving on the 5th to go. So I'm leaving on the 5th to start my travels. And then I will be going to Columbus, Ohio. And then I will be going to Miami, Florida. And then on the 9th, I am boarding a cruise ship and I'm going on a week-long cruise. And I will be getting back the 15th of January. We're going on a Western Caribbean cruise and we might be sequestered on our room the entire time. And if we are, that's fine with me. We have a balcony with some ocean. So I'm good with that.
So we may record on the
Yeah.
16th.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe we'll see what happens. We will. So here's the deal. We may record on the 16th. I have shoulder surgery on the 20th. This is all very bad for our January.
Oh, yeah.
And then we will see what happens. So we will let you know. I'll keep you up to date on Twitter because Twitter happens way more often than fucking Instagram
Absolutely.
or Facebook. But we will let you know. We appreciate you all and we are here for you. So follow us on our things and cheers.
Cheers. Check.
Oh, I did buy shipping boxes.
Ooh.
I bought tape, like it's
Nice.
the nice Amazon
with
water
string in
tape.
it? Ooh.
Yeah.
We're going to ship some stuff to some people.
Cheese geometry right triangles. What do you call the triangles that have the right angles?
Oh my
That cracked
God.
me up. Playing with prosciutto. Disgusting.
All right, the prosciutto thing was horrible. The right angle thing annoyed the shit out of me because she was like, who's good at math? And I'm like, I mean, I'm not great at math. And then she asked the right angle thing and I was like, okay, apparently I'm very good at math. Very good at math. Right angle's 90 degrees. That's like straight up, straight across. Like that's the easiest
And I have
math
to
I
sleep
know.
at a 45 degree angle right now, so
Yeah.
I'm all there.
I mean-
I'm in an obtuse.
I guess I know angles. And then she was like, well, there's the one that has all the, and I was like, equilateral, the equilateral triangle that has all the same. Yep, that's an equilateral triangle.
Damn. Drunk wine ladies. I was having a good time. I don't hang out at the wine shop, so I don't get to see a lot of drunk ladies.
Drunk wine ladies are either hilarious or annoying. I feel like that's the only two. Like you get one or the other.